Welcome. I'm here today with Amine Slimani, the founder of Epicerie Verte.
Thank you for having me here. I founded Epicerie Verte 1.5 years ago. It's a marketplace that is specialized in organic and natural products, Moroccan products and international products, whether food or cosmetics. We wanted to be green, 100% green, so we decided to go one step further and we distribute in Casablanca with electrical tricycles.
Wow, okay.
It wasn't very simple. One of the reasons what gave me the idea, before starting Epicerie Verte, I was a management consultant, and I did a big project for major foundation here in Morocco, OCP Foundation. The theme of the study was entrepreneurship in Morocco. So we met around 600 entrepreneurs in Morocco, mostly in agriculture. Because entrepreneurship in Morocco is mainly in agriculture, not many other type of entrepreneurship ventures. So we saw that there was a lot of potential in terms of products, whether organic or natural products, and but the main problem was the access to markets. They couldn't access easily the markets. While in cities such as Casablanca, Rabat, Marrakesh, there is a lot of demand. There is growing demand for this type of products, but there was no one to make that match between the offer, the existing offer, and the demand. So that is why we launched Epicerie Verte.
Okay, wow. And when you started this business, when was the moment that you said, okay, I'm going to leave my secure job as a consultant, I'm going to leave the salary behind, and now I'm going to make the leap and become an entrepreneur? When was that? Was that an instant, or was it a decision that took a long time?
It was maybe a little bit of both. Okay. It was being a consultant for many years, I wanted to do something more concrete. Okay. We would work on projects, small projects, and then we would leave the client. We wouldn't know whether our recommendation were really impactful or not, were really taken as is or not. Yeah. So there was that idea of I want to do something maybe different. Yeah. But I also wanted to do something challenging, because in consulting, we work with challenging subjects. It's different subjects every time, different clients, different problems. So it's not easy to find something after consulting that is challenging intellectually. So, but doing that project for the OCP Foundation, I saw that there was an opportunity, and I thought to myself, it is the right time, because I'm 36 years old. I'm not young, but I'm not old. So I thought this is the right time for me to do it. If I don't do it now, maybe I won't be. I wouldn't try to do it later. Maybe.
Yeah. Wow. And do you have family?
Yes.
What did they say when you said, you came back and said, guys, you know?
This is difficult. This is the difficult part, because in Morocco, most people who have higher education. I studied in France. I worked a little bit in France before coming here. Most of us do jobs, prefer to have salaries, because we can have nice salaries and live well. So when you tell people, family, my wife, my parents, it's a little bit suspicious. And a marketplace in Morocco, it won't work. People, not only my family, but even people that I know, you won't have any vendors on your website. There's a lot of skepticism about online business in Morocco, because it's still growing. It's at the beginning. So this is a challenge. There is the challenge of the marketplace, but there is also the challenge of people around us who say, well, you shouldn't, it's too risky, better do something less risky.
Mm-hmm. So you decided to quit your job. You said you want to set up the marketplace. Now is the time. What was your first step?
My first step was to do a study as a consultant. I had to do that. So one of the first things I did was to do an online study. We published it on Facebook, LinkedIn, social media in general, and also we use a communication agency. The goal was to have a good idea of what is our target customer, what our target customer wants, what type of products. Is it dry products, fresh products? Do they prefer to be delivered at home, or do they want to go to a relay point to get their stuff? Do they prefer to pay cash or cash on delivery or by? So that was the first step, which helped us a little bit to know what to expect. And the second phase was the planning. I did it like any other consulting job. I had my planning. My plan was I have to start in February 2018. So I announced that date. We started to develop our IT system because it took a little bit of time. We did it in-house. It's not something that we took from elsewhere. We developed 100% with our IT guy. And we had also to get the first vendors on the website that didn't exist yet. So that was a challenge.
Okay.
To sell that, give us your merchandise. We will sell it, but we don't have. We didn't have a warehouse yet. We didn't have a website yet. So we had to do everything at the same time to meet that deadline, that February 2018 deadline, which we met.
Okay. And were you still working in your consultant job?
No, I quit. At that time, I quit consulting to dedicate 100% of my work to this. I wanted to do it the right way and not just do a little bit of this. Here in Morocco, it can be complicated, all the administrative stuff. Some things that can be done very easily in Europe can take something that can take a few hours there, can take a few days here. So if you want to do things in a timely fashion, you have to be
all in.
All in.
Okay, wow. And then you mentioned a tech guy that you did you hire him, or is he a co-founder, or?
He was working as a freelance with us, and then we hired him right in the launch on February.
Okay.
So we knew him before. I knew him before hiring him.
So you convinced the first vendors, you brought them on. Then how did you get the word out about the launch? I mean, it's a platform, so you have the first vendors. Then how did you get the first customers on the platform?
We launched a media. We had a media plan. We first started with the social media. It helped us get our first vendors and also our first clients. Okay. And then we did a press conference launch with 20 journalists that came in the beginning, which helped spread a little bit the word about Epicerie Verte. So there was a lot of communication going on in the beginning just to get that first few vendors and clients.
Okay. So was there like a waiting list before the launch, or how did you?
Yes, exactly. Okay. We set up a temporary website 2 months before the launch, where people could subscribe and get 15% off their first purchase. When we started, I think with 800 people that were registered before the launch, which was a nice thing because if you start with zero, it's difficult to progress. So most of them, we got them from social media, those 800. And today we do ads on social media, but also on Google Ads, which helps bring customers. Okay. So we are all as for now, we're 100% digital advertising. We don't do much paper stuff.
Okay. Now you have a waiting list of 800 people. you have the first vendors online as well. You've put their profiles up, or they registered.
They registered. Not all of them bought from us, but they registered. Some of them bought from us a few days, and it started from there.
Okay, and then what was the journey after the launch? What happened? Day one press conference.
We did the press conference, I think, the week before. The first few days it was nice. We had a lot of visitors, buyers, and then it started wearing off. And all the work we did from there, we had to innovate to get new stuff, new vendors, new products all the time to keep that momentum going up. We had the chance to. We were lucky enough to participate to a competition in Morocco, logistics competition. 3 months after our launch, we won the green logistics projects in Morocco, which gave us a little bit of visibility. The Deutsche Welle, the DW did a report on us. It helped us. We had a few press articles about us, and we tried to innovate. We launched a mobile app. We didn't have that before. We did only dry foods first. We launched fresh food also. Okay. We translated our website in English. We are translating it in Arabic for Middle Eastern countries. So it's we have to constantly find new things to keep people interested, the momentum, keep people interested, and the growth.
Yeah. So you are very much positioned as bringing fresh produce, biological, ecological produce to people. How do you make sure that it's actually fresh, organic, and healthy? How do you check that?
What we do our strategy is a two-step project in this area. For today, what we do is we meet every vendors we have beforehand. We go check the farms, the production units, and to differentiate between the good and the bad. We ask them to, when they tell us they have certificates or anything, we ask them to give us those certificates. When they do product analysis, we take this and we reflect that on the website. The next step is we will do analysis ourselves on the products, and we give a label, our label, this is approved by us. Okay. This is the next step. But it will require a little bit more work from us. We have a nutritional doctor that works with us on this subject. So this is the next step. For now, we just do the verification process instead of the clients. When someone says we are organically approved, certified, give me your certificates. Yeah. Let's see, we do this kind of stuff, but we don't do the analysis ourselves. Okay. Next step, we'll do it ourselves. We'll go to the warehouse. We'll buy as an anonymous client. Yeah. We'll take the products. We'll do the analysis, and we'll check if it's true or not. Okay. Which is something that even some European or American marketplace don't necessarily do. Because the marketplace, we are just here to make the demand meets the offer. But in Morocco, there is people want to be reassured about the product, so this is something that we are going to offer in the future.
Wow. Now, you have a tech guy on board, you have someone that checks the product quality, you have specialists. How did you finance this venture? Do you have any investors, or did you self-finance? How did this work?
For now, we are now self-financing. Our next step will be to how do you call it in English? To have funds, external funds, to have an investment fund come with us, maybe to go to the next level, because we have done many things, but we want to do even more. Yeah. And we have some big ambitions, and so the next step will be to go outside and find outside investment to accompany us in the next steps.
What will be your next steps? What is your vision, your dream?
First of all, for now, we have mostly delivered in Morocco. We have had demand in outside. We have sold to different European countries, to individuals, France, Italy, Sweden.
The order you produce on the marketplace and then you ship it there?
Yeah, some people bought products, mini Moroccan products, because the other products they can find it there, and we ship it to them. It's for us. It's one of our partners come every day to the warehouse to pick up the orders from Morocco, but they deliver also foreign. We also have a partnership with DHL for. Outside. So for now, it's really people find us by chance. Our goal is to market the Moroccan products everywhere in Europe, in the Middle East. That's why we translated the website in English, and we will be translating it in. So this will require some marketing effort to get visible outside. We want also to have a physical point. In Morocco. This is not a supermarket, but just a relay point where people can pick up their order and maybe meet us, because we have had a lot of clients who asked us, can we go somewhere to meet you? They can't come to our offices, but we'll set up that relay point, and we'll do some nice stuff, innovative stuff. We'll have a corner where there will be a rotation between different vendors. People can taste different stuff each time they come. We'll have many things, but we don't communicate too much for now. We're still working on it, and we also want to. Today we have electrical tricycles that distribute dry foods. We want to have electrical tricycles that distribute fresh food. So this is a next step for us that will, because we have a lot of demand. So many projects.
Wow. Now, how do the logistics work for you? So what I heard from you is that there is a warehouse. Your vendors are actually, you have produce from your vendors, you have an estimation of what will be sold, and then you do the shipment and the delivery
on their behalf.
Okay.
Exactly. We have two types of products: dry foods, fresh foods. For dry foods, we collect the products from from the different vendors. We put them in the warehouse, which is outsourced to a German company, Epicerie Logistics, that operates here in Morocco. So it's outsourced so it's in the warehouse. When we have orders, maybe from multiple vendors, the clients only receive one package from the different vendors. So this is a service that we offer, because the vendors would have we had lots difficult time to send individual orders. So this is beyond the marketplace. They needed that logistical service. And there is the fresh food part, where people already, or there are some farms that already deliver every day or every few days to their clients. There are people that produce fresh products, cheese, whatever, to their clients. We are currently integrating into the platform, and they do the deliveries themselves.
Okay.
So we have two channels. Yes.
Okay, well, how did you do it in the very beginning? So the first day, the first orders come. I mean, this 800 people signed up, and how did you manage that? I imagine that to be a challenge.
Yeah, it was actually it was a challenge, because even our IT, we said we will start the 1st of February. Our IT system was kind of ready, not 100% ready. For example, when we started working on the beginning of February, we didn't have the tools to do the accounting for the end of February. We did it at the end of February. Just in time to send the invoices to our not customers but vendors. So we worked just in time for everything. It was quite a challenge, a lot of stress. And but one of the reasons we were ready from the beginning is we didn't do everything ourselves. For example, the warehousing, preparing the orders, doing deliveries outside of Casablanca, everything was outsourced. The only thing we did was the integration between our IT and the rest of our partners.
So I find this very interesting and still sounds very challenging to me. I saw somewhere on your website that you promise your customers that if one orders in the morning, the delivery will be there in the afternoon. Is that correct? Or
I think it was. This is true for the center of Casablanca.
Okay.
So in the center of Casablanca, we have had people who have ordered 6 a.m. and they were delivered 10 a.m. for example.
Wow.
In the center of Casablanca. But on the outskirts of Casablanca, it can take a little bit longer because where are the fastest is where we deliver ourselves with our tricycles, electrical tricycles, but they have a limited autonomy, which is something we're working on. We did 2 batteries. We tried a lot of technical stuff to improve their range. So in the center of Casablanca, yes, this is something that can that we can do. Otherwise, it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay, well, where did you purchase these electrical tricycles? Now that we are riding on an electric motorbike, I'm very curious.
It was someone that we bought it in Morocco, but from someone that bought them for advertisement to use. So we had to change them a little bit so that we can add a cargo space behind. And we added another battery because with the added weight, the range dropped too much. So it's Chinese tricycles that were reconditioned to do the work for us. But for the next time, we're currently talking with a Moroccan company that's make them here in Morocco, and we are working to get something especially for us that can work, that have a good range, that have refrigeration, and so next time we'll buy locally.
Wow!
Even for our tricycles.
How many of these tricycles are on the road right now?
We are just talking about. We didn't make the order. We're just talking technical stuff for now. Is it feasible or not? But it will be something from 5 to 10.
Okay.
The next batch. We work in batches.
Okay. Very nice. Very interesting. Now, you said in the beginning your friends and family they were like, "Oh, will this work?" Are they convinced now, or has this changed, or are they still very skeptical?
A little bit. I think there are easier things to do in Morocco than doing a marketplace. If I had opened a restaurant or any other stuff, it would have been much easier. So the level of skepticism went down because we started working. We won a lot of prizes. We won the Green Logistic Projects in Morocco. We were ranked third best logistical project in Europe.
Wow.
Which is the first for a non-European, I think, for a non-European country, and the first time a Moroccan company is even among the finalists there. We won the Future Agro Challenge in Morocco, and we are finalists in the international competition. So we have had some good news that make people a little bit less skeptical about our project. But entrepreneurship is something that we have to. It's a daily challenge. We have to prove that we're on the right track.
As of now, is your company already financially sustainable, or is it still burning money?
It's still burning money because we could have made it sustainable if we didn't want to develop faster.
Of course, it's a choice.
So it's a trade-off. My goal is to make it grow as fast as possible. Yeah. So we make investments. We don't wait to be profitable before making investments because it will take too long, and maybe the other competitors can come in and will be small.
Makes a lot of sense. So for you, then not being profitable is a choice. that you're making right now.
Yes, it's a choice. We choose growth over profitability.
Yeah. Okay, but if you change your mind and said, okay, we're running out of money, you could switch your model and say, okay, we can sustain it at a certain level. Okay,
but our ambitions are a little bit. We want to be bigger. We want to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Today we are only doing food and cosmetics, but our IT system, our warehouse management system, everything allow us to do other things that are related to this business. Yeah. Small crafts for the house, the different things, products that we can add either on our website on parallel websites.
Wow, the Moroccan Amazon for green and Moroccan products.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good luck with that, and all the best. I love it, and very nice. Now, what are, if you look back at the beginning of this entrepreneurial journey, what would you have loved to know back then that you know now?
Wow, many things. I knew that it was going to be a challenge, but I didn't quite understand the level of the challenge. When I was an employee, even doing consulting is a challenging job, but we don't know the real Morocco until we do this type of work. So maybe I don't know if it would have helped me a lot, but I would have been a little bit more prepared mentally to the challenges ahead.
Maybe you wouldn't have started. Who knows?
Maybe.
And what is your dream and your hopes for the company? You already shared a little bit, but it's also a mission-driven company. What is the vision for your impact there?
My dream for the company is that through our company we will be able to develop whole sectors in Morocco. Mm-hmm. The agricultural sector in Morocco is a major sector, but today most people only sell basic stuff. Mm-hmm. They don't transform products. They don't try to package it. Yeah. So they lose a lot of value in their. And there are a lot of intermediaries that go through. Our hope is that through Epicerie Verte, more people can access the interesting parts of the markets, either here locally or abroad. And we hope that it is something that can boost our agriculture sector. Because one of the problems in Morocco is that in order to develop agriculture, what happened is that people started to have bigger and bigger lands, irrigate, use a lot more water to produce more raw products. But we cannot sustain this type of developments. Yeah. We have to be smarter, use the right products for the right regions. Mm-hmm. That's why organic is important. Package and transform products so that we can add value to the sector without adding much of land and water use. So this is our beyond the commercial stuff. This is what we want to achieve, to pull that sector to a new age.
Wow, very nice, really enabling. I usually ask the change makers on this show if they have any personal routines that help them to combine family, the business. How do you manage that? Or do you have any routines?
I don't think I have routines to separate the two. I try to start my day early. Mm-hmm. So that I can get ahead of things, so that I can plan my day efficiently, to not get swamped by little stuff and not spend time on the right things. And I try to dedicate some time on the weekend for personal stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if this is a routine or not. I don't have a magic formula. Or I do this or do that. I try to be smart about using the time efficiently on the works because it's something necessary for the firm and for me also, so that I can have a little bit of time for thinking how to improve things, because if we are too much on the day-to-day work, we can't plan for the future.
Well, anything else that you would like to share with the audience? Anything that you think they should know about Epicerie Verte or about you or about starting a change-making business, I would say?
I would say that it's when you start a business, it's something that's very interesting. That helps. We have to find resources that we didn't know we had in ourselves. We will do things that we couldn't imagine doing. So it helps us. We are trying to grow the business, but the business is also helping us to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's something that I encourage people do, but if they are ready to make the necessary sacrifices to do it.